This is the Part-Time Economist. Welcome back to the Army Education Program series. Throughout this series, I've been telling you some of the ways the Army can help you finance your education, but today we're going to talk about something very important. We're going to talk about how the Army can help you repay loans that you incurred prior to joining. So, if you have existing student loan debt and you're not sure how to pay it off, or if you had existing student loan debt and you're considering joining the Army, then this might give you one additional incentive to talk to a recruiter and see how the Army could benefit you. So the Army has various programs to help you earn your degree. The tuition assistance, the GI Bill. The thing about these is that they help you to earn a degree in the Army or after you leave the Army. But the student loan repayment program is unique in the fact that it pays off debts that you had prior to joining the Army. Now, it'll pay off 33 1/3% of the principal of your loan every year, or $1,500, whichever is greater. Be aware that there is a lifetime cap. So let's say you come into the Army and you have $500,000 of student loan debt. They're not going to pay all of this off. Now, the cap changes from time to time, but the last time I checked, it was about $65,000. And if we go back to our previous slide, we see that the National Center for Education Statistics says that the cost of a 4-year degree is about $64,000. So, while the Army might not pay off every single penny of your student loans, it's going to put a very, very significant dent into it, and it'll pay off the entirety of it if it's less than the lifetime cap. If you want further details about the student loan repayment program, you should read AR 621-202. Now, if it sounds good to get all your student loans paid off, let's look at the eligibility requirements and what you need to be accepted into this program. First off, you need to enlist into the Army as a non-prior service student. A non-prior service accession. This means that you can't be joining after you've served in another branch. It has to be your first term serving in the military. You have to enlist on a minimum of a 3-year contract, because the Army pays 33 1/3% per year, so you obviously need the 3 years to pay off the student loans. More importantly, the Army does this as an investment in you, and they want to make sure that once they pay off your student loans, you're going to be around to serve in the Army and that they'll recoup that investment. You need a minimum of a high school diploma, and you must enlist into an approved MOS. Now, an MOS is just a specific job in the Army, like an infantryman or a tanker or a cook. And some jobs are more popular than others, and some the Army has trouble filling these slots. So the student loan repayment program is used to help fill slots that aren't getting filled. So be aware that if you want your student loans repaid, you might have a narrower selection of jobs that you want to do in the Army than if you don't use this option. Now, this is the most important thing to know. If you use the student loan repayment program, you cannot use the GI Bill. So you have to choose, do you want the Army to pay off your existing loans, or do you want the Army to finance a degree when you complete your contract? That being said, you must enlist with the student loan repayment program in your contract. You can't enlist in the Army, go through basic training, and then decide you want the Army to repay your loans. You have to do this at the time you enlist. And lastly, your loans must be an approved loan. What is an approved loan? First off, it can't be in default. Now, the majority of federal loans are going to be covered. So if you have Stafford loans, Perkin loans, federal insured student loans, or the PLUS loans, these are all going to be paid off by the Army. Private loans will not be paid off. Consolidated loans will not be paid off. So, in summary, the student loan repayment program is a great option to look into if you have existing student debt. If your loans were taken before you joined the Army will pay them off. Now, for the details, you should definitely talk to a recruiter, but the two most important things to keep in mind. 1, if you want these loans paid off, you absolutely must have it written in your contract. And second, if you utilize the student loan repayment program, you are not eligible to receive the GI Bill. So think of those things when you make your decision. This has been the Part-Time Economist, and I hope that this has helped you.